This is Josh Hensley reporting in from News Center 1 live in Costa Rica.
Hello, I'm Taylor McIntyre here filling in for Josh Hensley from News Center 1.
And we got Tyler here from the Costa Rica mission trip. And Tyler, what is your favorite thing from here so far?
Getting to know the team better and eating a lot of fresh food.
Okay, and what is something that you have learned about God?
God has been teaching me to observe His creation and to get to know Him more.
Alright, check. Are we on? What was your biggest hardship through the trip so far?
So far, my biggest hardship has been being dehydrated the whole time. Yeah, that sucks.
So how'd you get through that?
Well, actually, I'm still dehydrated, so I haven't got through it yet. But drink more water.
I got some tea. Okay.
Okay.
What's been your What's been your biggest memory so far?
Biggest memory, aside from Josh, like in the grocery store wearing overalls and a cowboy hat, it was hilarious. All the kids laughed at him. But
Funny.
It was great. But I met a little girl named Nicole, and I mean, it's a great name, so instant connection. It was actually pretty great.
So, what has God been teaching you throughout the trip?
Throughout the trip, God has been teaching me that it's not about you when you minister, because sometimes when you go somewhere, the kids aren't really responsive, and you're like, oh, this doesn't feel right, I don't feel like I'm actually helping. But then later, if you just push through it, then they start to pick up, and it doesn't matter how you feel, it's about how everybody else receives the gospel.
We got Matt right here. And Matt, we got some questions for you.
Alrighty.
Alright, what is your favorite memory so far?
My favorite memory would be meeting a little kid named Steve. He was really cool, and by the end of the day, he was able to talk with me a lot, and it was really fun to just get to know him.
That's good. And second question, what has been the hardest thing you've had to do?
Hardest thing I've had to do was probably digging concrete out of the little pit of grass. It wasn't fun, and it was a lot of work.
Okay. And what has God been teaching you on this trip?
God's been teaching me a lot about His character and who He is and how He thinks of us as His prized possessions.
Today, I'm here with Miss Riley, aka Beowulf Master. So today, I'll be asking her 3 questions. And first one is, what's been your the best memory so far?
2 best things. I love seeing everybody, all you guys, all the students working together and working in a setting that's different than English class. And so it's really neat to see all the students and what they bring to the table. And then I always love going back to Sojourn Academy where we worked, because that's where I used to work with my family. So it's like going home.
Alright. What's been the worst thing that's happened, and how did you overcome it?
It hasn't happened yet. We're going back to sub-zero temperatures, and I don't know how I'm going to handle it. We'll see.
Alright. What has God been teaching you throughout the trip?
He's been teaching me continually about humility, not worrying about myself, but we're focusing on others and remembering that He's the reason and the sustenance for all that I do, and not to worry about self. Focus on Him and why He has me here.
We're here with Jamaica on the Costa Rican team. So Jamaica, what are you doing down here?
We're doing a bunch of VBSs and teen camps and all over Costa Rica, and just telling people about Jesus.
And what's something that you have learned about God?
That even through our boundaries, He still makes a way.
Okay, and what's something that you will not forget down here?
Something I will not forget is that it's easy to make someone smile, and you don't need language to make a relationship.
Why no?
What's been the best memory so far?
The best memory for me is when our team members had team meetings and with ceremonies. Like we always every night we tell us about like which person did good, like those things. I think that was the best.
Alright, what's been the worst thing that's happened to you so far, and how did you get through it?
During the VBS, some kids are very shy and they don't really want to participate. And our team members have to encourage them to participate more. And it was kind of hard, but I could get through it. Like, we can work much harder.
What has God been teaching you throughout the trip?
I think God taught us like how to think. Like Costa Ricans know how to think. Like even they got little things.
And we got Taylor right here from the Costa Rican mission trip. And Taylor, what is the hardest thing you've had to do down here?
The hardest thing I have to say is not being able to speak Spanish when you really want to.
Okay. And what is something that you would like to bring back?
Well, I guess I'd like to bring back like thankfulness and being more thankful for everything that I have.
Alright. And what is probably your favorite memory that you've had?
When we were in Colorado, Costa Rica, and at the team camp, and we got to play with all the Ticos, and they were older, so they was a lot of games.
Alright, sweet.
Hello, I am Tanya McIntyre, here filling in for Josh Hensley from News Center 1. Today I'm here with Josh Hensley in Costa Rica, and today I'm going to ask him 3 questions. First one, what's been your best memory so far?
Playing with this kid named John, and playing with him with my hang-up, which is like little soccer, and yeah, that's about it.
Alright, what's been the worst thing you've had to go through, and how did you get over it?
I was sick for a few days, and I just kept on keeping on.
Alright, what has God been teaching you throughout the trip?
Just to hone myself, and to know that like America is a great country, but there's other countries out there that need God, and our country is all good.
Hola, me llamo Taylor, and oh shoot. The whole Spanish thing threw me off. Okay, we're restarting this.
2, 3, ya!
What's been your best memory so far?
Well, there was this little girl in Colorado, Costa Rica named Susie, and I spent most of our first few days with her, and she told me I reminded her of Anna from Frozen because I wore my hair in 2 braids.
Alright, what's been the worst thing that's happened to you so far, and how did you overcome it?
Well, it's my first time out of the country, so I've been pretty homesick, and it's kind of sad missing out on things that happen at home, and like not being near what's normal, but you know, the team has been great at keeping me busy and making me happy.
Alright, what has God been teaching you throughout the trip?
That things will never go as planned, and that we need to trust that whatever happens is His plan, and it's what needed to happen.
Robin, what's the hardest thing you've had to do down here?
Being physically exhausted and still having to play with the kids.
Alright. And what is your favorite memory?
Being able to play with the kids and how they come so alive and they just want to play with you even though you can't speak their language.
That's good. And what is something that God is teaching you?
To be thankful and to know that we won't always get what we need, but we have to go through it.
What's been your best memory so far?
My favorite memory is meeting, 2 girls. One of them was named Brittany and the other one was named Hennessy. And I met them 2 different times, and they were, I got to know them really well, and I could speak to them really well in Spanish.
What's been the worst thing that's happened to you so far, and how did you overcome it?
Got this, okay, I got this sickness, and it's still with me, but it's all good.
Alright, what has God been teaching you throughout the trip?
God has been teaching me that, that I should work with kids when I'm older, because I really like them all. So.
Why you know?
Muy bien.
See.
Josh.
Today I'm here with Brian and Brian's wife, Sherry, and today I'll be asking Brian a few questions. What has been the best memory so far for you?
Boy, the best memory I would have to say has been the children that have come out to the Bible schools. They're so attentive, and of course the decisions for Christ that have been made. Very exciting.
Okay, now what's been the worst thing that's happened to you, and how did you overcome it?
The worst thing for sure has been being away from my wife, and overcame it just a few minutes ago by getting on FaceTime or Google Chats or whatever we're doing here.
All right. Now, what has God been teaching you throughout this trip?
What has God been teaching me? That I need to be available to Him. It was kind of a fluke that I'm even on this missions trip, but even though it's been exhausting, it's been a wonderful experience. I've really enjoyed spending time to get to know the teens on the trip, the leaders, and it's just then the missionaries as well, and then the people at the different churches, some of the kids. So just building those relationships has been great.
Bueno.
Thank you.
Today we are here with Barack Obama, aka Lamar, and we'll be asking him a few questions.
Hi, Lamar, what is your most favorite thing about being a missionary in Costa Rica?
My most favorite thing about being a missionary is serving with Xenia Christian.
Alright, and what's probably the hardest thing that you've ever had to do while being a missionary in Costa Rica?
The hardest thing I've ever had to do while being a missionary in Costa Rica is serving with Xenia Christian.
Alright, and what has been the biggest impact God has had in your life being a missionary in Costa Rica?
The biggest impact I've ever had in Costa Rica is serving with Xenia Christian. No. It's actually being able to come down and be a part of what God's doing, and something that I never really expected, you know, and God's allowed me and my family to be a part of something that's bigger than all of us, and it's pretty amazing to see how God's working in different people's lives, and that we're able to be a part of it.
But so basically after this, we have the video submission for this week, so we'll cut to that right now.
Oh wait, shoot, found.
Yeah.
And today that's how we're gonna end our video, but hey Matt!
Hey what?
Hey Matt!
Hey what?
Show me how you wiggle up.
I'll show you how I wiggle low with my hands up high and my feet down low. This is how I wiggle low.
With his hands up high and his feet down low. This is how he wiggle low.
Hey Jamaica!
Hey, what?
Hey Jamaica!
Hey, what?
Show me how you wiggle low.
I'll show you how I wiggle low with my hands up high and my feet down low. This is how I wiggle low.
With her hands up high and her feet down low. This is how she wiggle low. Wig, low, wig, low, wig, low, wig, low.
Hey, Nicole. Hey, Matt. Hey, Nicole. Hey, Matt. Show me how you wiggle low.
I'll show you how I wiggle with my hands up high and my feet down low. This is how I wiggle.
With her hands up high and her feet down low. This is how she wiggle low. Wig, low, wig, low, wig, low, wig, low.
Hey Bridget! Hey what? Hey Bridget!
Hey, what?
Show me how you wiggle.
I'll show you how I wiggle with my hands up high, my feet down. This is how I wiggle.
With her hands up high and her feet down low. This is how she wiggle low. Wig, low, wig, low, wig, low, wig, low.
Hey, Luke.
Hey what?
Hey, Luke.
Hey what?
Show me how you wiggle.
I'll show you how I wiggle low with my hands up high and my feet down low. This is how I wiggle.
With his hands up high and his feet down low. This is how he wiggle low. Wig, low, wig, low, wig, low, wig, low.
Hey Tyler.
Hey what?
Hey Tyler.
Hey what?
Show me how you wiggle
I'll
low.
show you how I wiggle with my hands up high and my feet down low. This is how I wiggle.
With his hands up high and his feet down low. This is how we wiggle low. Wig, low, wig, low, wig, low, wig, low.
Hey Josh. Hey what? Hey Josh. Hey what? Show me how you wiggle low.
I'll show you how I wiggle low. My hands up high, my feet down low. This is how I wiggle low.
With his hands up high and his feet down low. This is how we wiggle low. Wig, low, wig, low, wig, low, wig, low.
Bye, USA from Central America.
Thank you for attending this meeting.